Keela and welcome back to Keela's Corner. Today we're going to be discussing DND Caught Up in His Love by Tay Monet. This is not the first book I've read by her, but it is the first book I'll be doing a review on. I'm sure it won't be the last because I loved this book. And it wasn't like a whole lot of drama or anything like that, because some girls do go over the top with it, but no, this was like just a really good book. So the characters are, well, the main characters, I should say, are Luna Star, and she's an Instagram influencer. She meets Sebastian at an event that she's hosting, and they ended up hooking up the first night. She doesn't know much about him besides Bash. That's all she really knows. And she knows he's there for a bachelor party. So they hook up the first night, and then afterwards, we fast forward like 2 years. Because the morning after the hookup, Bash was trying to get her to leave that night. But Luna Star was tired. She was wore out, so she wasn't going. So she woke up the next morning to him doing all the little rushing around and saying that she had to go. And from there, it jumps 2 years ahead. And she has a little girl named Sienna. And I gotta ask if I'm saying her name right. Is Sienna or Sienna? Is one of the two, I think. So she's like 1 going on 2, I think, at the time. And she has gray eyes. And Sebastian had gray eyes. That much we do know because Luna was caught up in a trance. So we do know that he had gray eyes. She's out to eat with her friend Joey, and she just so happens to run into him at a restaurant that they both like to eat at. Come to find out that the restaurant belongs to Sebastian's mom, Miss Patty. And so from there, it causes him to try to find her on social media just to see what she been up to or whatever, because again, he was caught up in the trance. But while he in the mix, Nashay, she is having a conniption because she like, you pretty much is sexing this lady with your eyes, and I'm standing right here. We come to find out that she is the wife. And right out the gate, for me, she was very annoying. Maybe it's me, but girl, I mean, even Miss Patty, she didn't like her at all. It was like they was oil and water out the gate. So Nashay, for me, like, after reading the book and all of that, it's just like, girl, I can't even feel sorry for you for a very long time. Like, yes, your husband cheated on you and he had a baby. But I also want to know is, why you want to get married and you knew he was going to go to jail for like 10 years? Why do girls be doing that? Why y'all like to do that? I'll never understand. Yeah, I never understand. And people love to say, well, it's about loyalty. I can be loyal without the marriage. Maybe not, but being married don't mean you gonna be loyal. It mean you supposed to, but that don't always happen, as we can see, because Nichelle was busting it open for Jimmy. She said it was one time, but the way he cornered her in that kitchen, it didn't seem like a one-time thing, because he said once they got caught, he was like they was in love with each other. Nichelle was supposed to tell him, and so that's not a one-time thing. It's not a one-time thing, girl. You talking about one time before you had got pregnant? Like, what was that? So, I guess. She was clingy. But again, y'all was only married 72 hours before he went to jail. So, she ain't had much time to actually be his wife in his face. Because she's been a prison wife, like, from outside the gates. And I guess, girl, but y'all gonna have to let me know, like, what is it inside of y'all that tell y'all to do stuff like that? Like, hey, let me go get somebody that's locked down. Because your biggest fears or your biggest worries, I mean, who he gonna be cheating with inside the jail? The COs? His cellmates? So we could just get married when you get home, if we're still there, like if we're still there in our relationship. But them be the folks that as soon as they get married, like no, it'd be as soon as they start dating. That's the date that they tell people. Like, we've been together for 10 years and all this other type of stuff. Like, girl, good night. Cause that's the day y'all meet. But I mean, go off, girl. Cause y'all been married 2 years and he got a 2-year-old. But that's again not on Nashay. Nashay stuff just came in that, you know, she was very much clingy, and after finding out about the baby, she became very insecure. And I mean, you can't really blame her. Like, the Jimmy stuff, yes, girl, that's crazy. And y'all kill me. You see, I talk about these people like they real folks or whatever, but it's people in the world that be like them. Like, y'all go get the friend, and not even a friend with the same amount of money, the same amount of anything. Because Luna said she wouldn't do a double take at Jimmy. Like, he wasn't so bad, but he wasn't Sebastian. And she talking about I guess she had got drunk one night. But again, I don't think it was one night. I do want to know, do you think Luna Star should have said something about the incident that she seen in the kitchen between Nashay and Jimmy? Should she have mentioned it to Sebastian? Because right out the gate, and Luna is my type of person, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't like neither one of them. I don't like Jimmy. I don't like Nashay. And Sebastian is about to get on my nerves. So whatever y'all got going on, that's on y'all. So I just wonder, you know, who thinks that she should have said something. Jimmy was so thirsty. Like, he was so thirsty as a man. He was like a real fan. He was like fangirling over Luna Star, like, at every turn. Like, he want pictures and everything. Like, major weirdo. Major weirdo. So I wasn't really surprised when it came out. It seemed like Jimmy was carrying a torch for Luna. And she was not there to, like, help keep the flame going. Like, that wasn't the vibe that she was on with Jimmy. And I kind of felt like he felt the way about it, because I think somewhere deep in his deranged brain, he thought that if Sebastian hadn't showed up that night, that he would have got Luna. I really think that's what he thinks. And because he was just like I said, he was just going crazy. He was like a real fan. Just very weird man. So therefore, that didn't happen. So I could see him messing around with Nashay, because it was somebody that Bash had that, quote unquote, wanted him in that moment. So it's like a leg up that he got on Bash or whatever in that sense. But it backfired. Nashay really caught the short end of the stick in that, because, girl, he only wanted you because Bash had you. Now, Bash don't want you. He don't want you. He's a weird nigga. So, but, anyways, girl, go find somebody else. Simple as that. One of my favorite parts of the book is when Luna wore out Nashay, because it was well deserved. Like, yeah, I was glad that she scrubbed the ground with her, because you are an idiot. You're just hollering at my baby. You're not even trying to help her. I'm glad that, you know, Sebastian just in that moment right then, like, girl, get your shit and go. I was gonna tell you that anyways, but now you really got to go. Like, no conversations need to be had. And you wouldn't have got wore out if you had to just left like I told you. You in here waiting in my room after I came from the hospital. Like, you just went like we just about to have some tea and cookies or something. Like, girl, why is you still here? What do you think we would have to talk about after I come in at you hollering at my baby and she's having an asthma attack because she's been crying so hard? Like, what do you think we're going to have to talk about? So, the whipping that she got was well warranted, well deserved. I mean, and I would think but it'd be like that, people that talk too much and mind other folk business, them be the folks that don't know how to fight. Because you ain't even get, like, you wasn't ready at all for the altercation. Because that girl told you, like, the one thing she didn't play about was her child. And she would dog walk you if you did something to her. And look at you, they got dog walk. You wasn't even prepared. Like, girl, I didn't feel bad for her at all. Because you should have just left and not came back. So, yeah. I didn't like that Luna Star wasn't picking up the phone. And to me, that's the part where she was very childish at, because it didn't matter that you were sick of Sebastian getting on your nerves or whatever. And it was more so wearing you out, not wearing you out, but wearing you down, that you were sick of. Because why, when you pick up the phone for somebody that had your kid, your mama should have grabbed you by the back of your neck, because that was stupid. All the way around. Like, it was stupid. Mo was stupid too, because why every time this girl fall out with her baby daddy, like, you ready and willing to pick her back up? I'm about to start thinking that you had low self-esteem. I'm about to say you were fine, but that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm about to say you was clout chasing, because it's not making sense. The last time you were with that girl, she was somewhere else while y'all was doing the do. You knew, she knew, like, and you was ready again. I set Mo in the other column because he was a bit different for me. Like, I get Luna Star was very beautiful, but it was clear that she was somewhere else, and she was always closed off. And I know sometimes people, keep at it because they feel like they close to weighing them down and things like that. So they just keep at it. But if you're resilient like that, I guess no. Because I would have. Anyway, so we also have Nate. I'm interested to know if we will get the rest of the story on Nate and Joey, because I want to hear more about them. I don't know if their stories have already been told. If so, I need the name of the books. Joey's, she went through a lot. You could tell with her ex. Nate went through something in his childhood. Because, baby, he would eat Nashe up at every turn. Every turn. Like, he dismissed her one time. I said, oop. And Nashe couldn't stand it, because it seemed like Sebastian never really said anything. He'll say something like, hey, be cool on my wife type stuff. But Nate was like, boy, bye. Can't stand her. Never have. And I never will like her. So that was Nate vibe with Nashe the whole time. So, and Miss Patty or Mr. Dane, neither one of his parents liked her either. And he married her out of obligation. And baby, you hate to hear something like that. Like, you really ain't want me? You just married me because you feel like, shit, might as well. That's the vibe Sebastian gave. And that would have took the wind out of me if I were Nashe. I'm not going to argue with you about Nathaniel. You can go. You can go. So, anyways, I thought little Sienna was cute. I done call her probably 2 different variations, but y'all know the baby. The baby. I'm talking about the baby. She was cute. She was cute with her grandparents too. I like that Luna Star did have the support system of her parents. And I like that as soon as Sebastian found out about her, he jumped right into it, him and his parents, you know, to make up for lost times and to be accountable, you know, in the entire situation. I love that. I love that for her because that ain't always the story. So I really do like that for them. I also like that none of Sienna's grandmothers played about her. They all wanted the smoke behind her when it came to Nashe, you know, like finally meet her and stuff like that. Because that was another thing about Sebastian. He just waited too long to say that he was married. You know, like you just letting the sexual tension build. Like it would have been gone I think it would have been gone at day 1. So their relationship probably wouldn't have been what it was, you know, if he just came out the gate and like, hey, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like he told the line with that for a little minute. Sebastian had a few things with him because it's just like he felt the possession over Luna. I'm glad she wasn't going. Like, you need to worry about Sienna and you need to worry about Nashe. Leave me out of it. That was Luna the whole time. Like, I'm not your daughter or your wife. You need to stop worrying about me. You need to stop, especially so much that it got you thinking that you my daddy. That's what you need to relax. And I'm glad that she never fed into it. She never let him control her or anything like that. She was pretty much the whole time, please go have a seat. Please go have a seat. Like, no, it's not working for me. You're not going to have your wife and me. You're not that guy. Like, and I'm not that girl. It's just not going to work. So I really like that for Luna because she was very much independent, and she wasn't like these people in some of these books that just need the dude no matter what. Like, I feel like I'm the top girl because he really liked me. Girl, no, because we both about to be stupid. Like, that was the vibe that Luna had. Like, no, we both about to be stupid. Like, I'm not doing that with you. So she tried, even though she liked him a lot, she did try to respect his marriage. And he tried to do the same thing. He just felt the possession over her, and Luna had to let him know all the things that you're feeling, you're going to have to rest in that. I have nothing to do with that. You need to remember you got a wife. So, and that's the parts that I feel like wasn't fair to Nashe, because he was lusting over her at every turn, which kind of tickled me. Sebastian tickled me when he was so jealous about her and Omar. And he ended up making something out of nothing, really, that ain't had nothing to do with him. And he let Nashe get in his ear about taking a baby that he had just met. Like, why you think you can call somebody a bad parent when you just became a parent, literally, or whatever? And you gonna listen to somebody that your baby don't even acknowledge when they in the room? Yeah, Sebastian had dropped the ball with it. It was a mess. I can't believe he let Nashe amp him up for a second, mixed in with him being jealous, because that's all it came down to. You worry about the wrong thing. You worry about the wrong cooch, sir. And Nashe realized that once they got into the argument, when Luna came to pick up the baby, she realized then, like, oh, you done got way off task, girl. You worrying about it. She done slept with the man and everything. What that got to do with her being a bad mother? You're not even supposed to be going there. But Sebastian went there. He couldn't even contain himself. he wanted Nashe to disappear in that scene because he wanted that to be a personal conversation between him and Luna. He would have preferred it to be that way, but he was so deep in his emotions that it didn't happen like that. So yeah, but I'm glad that Miss Patty, I liked her character. I wasn't sure with how she came at Luna in the beginning, but she was just an overprotective black mom. And I mean a black mom with her black sons. So yeah, so and I mean it's confusing to anybody too, because you've been in jail for 2 years and you literally have a baby on the first day that you get out. You literally just got out the jailhouse and you find out you're a daddy the same day. So I understood. So that's why I gave Miss Patty grace too. And I'm sure that's why Luna did as well. She wasn't confrontational, but she did have the whole little stop playing with me. I don't need him. I definitely don't need you attitude, but it went away very quick. I did like Miss Patty because, again, she did not play about her grandbaby. She got right on board as that grandmother that wanted to spend time with the baby, all of that type of stuff. And again, like I said, I love that for them. It seems like Luna Star was a really good mom. With or without Sebastian, she really loved her daughter. Oh, and Joey helped her too. So it was Joey and her parents helped her with her baby. That was really nice. That once all the drama stuff was over, that Luna Star and Sebastian were able to get together, especially after Luna worked through some issues that she had, starting back to when she was younger, because as she said, she wasn't always confident and things like that. She was a weird kid, but then she grew up and she grew into her body. She became more confident in her body. She became a cheerleader, things like that. And, you know, in her adult life, she's the Instagram influencer that has like 350,000 followers. So she's pretty confident, but she hadn't always been like that. So I'm glad she was able to get past the things that hurt her in the past, as far as like trusting people, because that's big going into a very adult relationship, especially with somebody like Sebastian. So I'm glad that they were able to get past that. Sebastian really ain't changed none of his ways that we can really tell, because he still, you know, the whole book, he felt like you're doing too much. And I hate it. But she really liked him. She liked him a lot. You can say love, I guess. But I'm happy for them. I would even love to read another book about them. But this was a standalone, which I love. So, yes, if you all haven't read DND, Caught Up in His Love by Tay Monet, please do so. You can find it on Instagram. You can find it on Amazon. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it is there. Or you can just purchase the book. Like I said, all the books I read, they're pretty much inexpensive. So if you haven't read this book, I would suggest that you all do so. And I'll see you guys again for the next book review. Oh, I always forget to say this. So if you haven't, please like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you can see more videos like this. And I will see you guys the next time for the next book review. Bye.